doing okay? Is it still valid for me to say Happy New Year in February? Well, for me, I guess so. So from the bottom of my heart, a very, very Happy New Year to you all. I actually can't believe that it's also been a year since I started the podcast. I started this podcast to answer deep-rooted questions in my heart around purpose, around identity when I turned 30, which was last year. And it's just so interesting to know, that I'm still on this journey towards discovering purpose, reinventing myself, time and time again. Q4 of last year, I would say, into this new year was quite challenging. And I felt like, I literally was struggling to keep it all together as a strong woman that I know that I am. I entered into the new year with sober reflections, and I think life caught up with me real quick, where I basically had to, re-strategize, reprioritize, and focus on what's most important. So as we look to the new year, being in February, I thought to share with you my top lessons kind of entering into the new year. So the first on my list is that as a Jesus baby, you really can't do life without God. There's this popular saying that says, man proposes and God disposes. I checked online and I found a literal meaning about it while preparing for the podcast, which is basically that our intelligent pursuit cannot be claimed as our own without God's intervention. And then also going into 2025, I thought to myself, Tammy, what is your mantra for the new year? And my mantra for this year, 2025, is fewer, bigger, and better, which is that I want to have fewer friends. I want to manage bigger projects. And I also want to have a better impact, in whatever it is, that I'm doing. Also, another key thing for me is that I want to focus on what's important, what drives the most impact for me in all areas of my life. So whether that is, personally, whether that is professionally, whether that is financially, or in terms of my relationships with everyone, really. The next on my list is that, I want to build and nurture only genuine friendships. And, I think this ties into the previous point that I talked about, which is basically, separating the wheat from the chaff. And I think one key thing for me that I found out was that I often extend myself way too much for people or for other people, and I found that this leaves me really exhausted, just overextending myself to people. So I really want to focus on building and nurturing only those genuine friendships, only those genuine relationships that I consider important. So I think for me, it's basically ensuring that I'm around people that genuinely love me, that have my best interest at heart, and are just there for me, really. Very high on my list as well, I would say, is the importance of building soft skills. I think this is like a key priority for me this year. I'm learning that it's quite important in order to basically grow and move to that next level. When I started out, or much earlier in my life, in my career, it was very much focused on competency. So what can you do? What can you deliver? And I feel that took me very far. But in order to elevate, one thing that I found is that you need to lean in more on your soft skills, as well as the fruits of the Spirit. So whether that is love, joy, peace, goodness, kindness, gentleness, long suffering, all of that good stuff. You need to be able to lean into your soft skills. You need to be charismatic. When I checked the meaning of charisma online while I was preparing for the podcast, one thing that stood out to me with regards to charisma is basically having a high conviction or belief, that you can change the world. And also, while you are charismatic, you need to be authentic and be able to build trust. When you're interacting with people, when people come across you, they need to be able to feel your warmth. And they need to feel like, they can trust you. And you need to be able to help others basically feel seen. I think that's important in any relationship or basically any partnership, that you're working on. So that's one of the key things that I want to focus on this year in 2025. Another thing is that, kindness is very, very important. So choose to always, always, always be kind. As much as you're kind, people will try to take advantage of you. So be very alert and also set very clear boundaries. You can be kind, but make sure that you're setting clear boundaries and people basically know what lines not to cross. And I think while talking about kindness, there's this scripture that comes to mind, which is, being as wise as a serpent, but as gentle as a dove. And I think in this season or in this year that I'm in, this has strongly resonated with me. It strongly resonated with my spirit, and it's something that, I want to enforce in this year. Everyone protects their own interest and protects their energy. So make sure that you are actually really, really looking out for yourself. And you're looking out for yourself, but you are kind, you're thoughtful, you are approachable, and people want to be around you. It's important to know that only the strongest people will survive. Another thing that I'm implementing or enforcing this year is the importance of feeding and nurturing, your spirit and your mind always. It's okay to reinvent yourself as many times as you want till you are right where you want to be. The strongest people are people who have faced the toughest situations in life, who have faced, the toughest battles and come out stronger, not because they are using an escape route, but they're basically able to face those challenges, head on. Because when you actually think about it, no one is above mistakes, and people that are mentally and emotionally strong admit when they admit their errors, I would say, and are able to create a plan towards making sure that, the same mistakes don't happen in the future. Another important thing that I wanted to say, as you plan, as you prepare for the new year, is that if you don't stand for something, you will fall for anything. I think that this is, a very, very popular adage, which we all know. So discipline is very, very key, and it's important that you focus on your goals and priority head on. Be disciplined, be focused, don't take no for an answer. Just be disciplined, focus on your priorities, focus on your goals. Don't think about, someone else doing this, so the market is saturated and I'm basically not going to be seen or I'm not going to be heard. Another key thing that I wanted to talk to you guys about today with regards to priorities is, sometimes life gets tough. I feel like everyone at some point or the other, in their lives has experienced, tough seasons. Those seasons don't last. So when all you can do is to stand, keep standing. When all you can do is pray, keep praying. When all you can do is believe, keep believing. Pick yourself up, set new goals, and chase them. Being a very, very strong person, strong-willed person, being very, focused, very, very diligent, and not wanting to fail. I would say one of the key things that comes to mind is weakness. And going into this year, one of the key goals I would say that I set for myself is, sometimes it's okay to show weakness. Not everybody gets it right. Mistakes happen all the time. Ask questions when you need to ask questions. Accept responsibility, when you make mistakes, which I had talked about previously, and just, keep moving. Another thing that I want to talk about is rest. Take time to rest so that you don't burn out. I'm always doing one thing or the other. I'm always on the ball. I'm always so busy. I feel like every single day there's always something that comes up with me where I'm actually not getting sufficient rest and I burn out. I talked about overextending myself to people as well previously, and I think that ties into rest. So I think for me, rest is very, very crucial to be productive. I've been forced to rest basically because I'm always on the move. As much as you want to achieve your results, make sure that you are relaxed, make sure that you're rejuvenated, and I would say also ask for help if you need it. Make sure that you're living life unapologetically, unapologetically, and be true to who you are. If God has called you to it, He will equip you for it. Pursue your talents, be unapologetic, be ruthless in pursuing your goals. Don't be confined to what people expect of you. Create the life that you desire for yourself. And I think this is something that I'm doing. Something that I've always done and something that I'm still doing is not being confined to a box. There are no excuses to be a mediocre. Be ruthless when it comes to pursuing your goals and priorities, but still remain kind and still remain ethical in your approach. But focus on your goals, push, strive for greatness, strive for excellence. Make sure that you are smashing those goals. That's the only way to, progress and to move forward. And that's it, guys. I hope that, a lot of these points or these things that I've talked about today have resonated. For this year, I have a lot of great content ideas. I have a lot of wonderful and fantastic speakers, that would be coming on board. So please watch this space because there's so much more goodness, I would say, from where this comes from. And I'm confident that you would love every single episode that will be coming out after this. I really cannot wait to see what this year unpacks for us all. I look forward to connecting with you all soon. Take care and bye for now. Bye, guys.